American Idiot.
Maybe he's just doing more Broadway or the theater stuff then.
Still absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
You know what else is absolutely wild?
What's that?
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Pixel It. My name is Kevin. With me as always is Phil. On today's show, we discuss Tom Hulce's career. We
welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. We finished Driver Nemesis. It's a bad book, and we feel bad for reading it at you folks, but it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here.
We're fine. How are you?
I'm great. And you know where else we're fine? We're fine on patreon.com/pixelitpod, where you too can give us money. We have 3 tiers, 4 if you count for free. $1 gets you access to the blog and the early version of the episode. $5 gets you access to the bonus episode, and $10 gets your name shouted out. And to that end, I want to thank And You Are Hiding, Song 85, Jesus Loves You, Kyle Seaman, Ruthless Mutter, Middle Thing, Sigma Sales, Sanguine Flatulence, Jet Bix, Gemma Thick, and Friendly Friend. Thank you so much for being a friend. Pixelitpod.com or patreon.com/pixelitpod. Do it today. So. Driver Nemesis, huh? Right.
How was Tom Hulce involved in Driver Nemesis?
He played Jericho.
Yes. Okay. I thought you were going to say the Indian.
No. The Indian was played by the guy from what's his name? In Usual Suspects, you know, the guy with the really high cheekbones, who is the lawyer in Usual Suspects.
Oh, God damn it. Crap. Now I have to do this.
He was Kobayashi, Peter Postlewaite.
That's right. He is awesome. That guy is another really good actor. He died a little while back, didn't he?
He died 14 years ago.
Yeah, a little while back. A little while back. A little while back. I remember he was really good in the Town. Real. Yeah. He was he was a gangster in the Town. He's really good. He was real good at those kind of it was like intellectual rough and tumble kind of shit.
Yeah.
He played Friar Lawrence in Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, and he brought a gruffness to it. I remember, it's not a great movie, but I remember he had no shirt on at one point, and they had given him this elaborate Catholic cross tattoo on his back. And it just gave some dirt to the character that he kind of carried really, really well. He was a good actor.
Baz Luhrmann.
Luhrmann. He's a guy who did a thing.
He's a style over substance chap, isn't he?
Couldn't agree more. I keep giving him tries.
You know what? I don't mind this. I don't mind it too much. It's fine, but it's like I know writers who use subtext and they're all cowards. But turned up to 11 is Baz Luhrmann. I feel like somebody is going to say something in the Discord about our feelings on Baz Luhrmann, but motherfucker is just like, I like Chicago at least.
Did he do Chicago?
Didn't he do Chicago? No, he didn't do Chicago.
He did Moulin Rouge.
He did Moulin Rouge.
I like Moulin Rouge. I liked Moulin Rouge because that is...
Oh, Rob Marshall did Chicago. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no.
Well, I like Chicago.
Right. Yeah. Well, Chicago's great. They did. That was if what's the movie that's always Tootsie. They use it in screenplay classes and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like I think Chicago should probably be the equivalent of that for any class about adapting theater to film. And I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said over 100,000 times already, but it really is incredible the way they did it. No, I like Moulin Rouge because the whole thing fit together in what they were trying to do. It was a melodrama, and it was done in a crazy over the top.
And she has the consumption, and it's touch of the old consumption, the tuberculosis.
The old TB. We are going to talk about anything other than this book. By God. By
golly. We're gonna avoid putting the body in the marsh. Oh, I said it.
You said it. Now we have to do it. Oh.
Now we have to do it. Oh, God.
Okay.
When I tell you to dump a body in the marsh, you dump them in the marsh.
Okay, chapter 21. So Tanner takes a bus back to New Orleans after putting Quentin on a bus headed the other way out of town. He tells Quentin to lead a better...
Quick, I hate to interrupt already, but that's got to be the ultimate humiliation for a guy who his whole thing is driving. He's
for a car guy, just to go on sit on a bus.
It made me think of the Spider-Man game where you would occasionally take the subway instead of like crawling across the city.
The fast travel animation was him sitting on the subway going across town.
Right, and it's just like it's fantastic, but it's that without the charm.
Without the charm, 100%. Let me bring this up to half the screen. There we go. Tells Quentin to lead a better life, stop cracking safes, put on a tie, and get a job. Like, oh man, those early 2000s were just putting on a tie and they handed a job to you.
That was just how that worked. Yeah,
that's just how it worked back then.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
Tobias meets Tanner at the bus station. Tanner wants to see Powell, but Powell won't meet with him. Tobias says he tried until he was blue in the face. And for a proud black man himself, that was a serious concession. Sure. What the fuck is that? Was that line?
I don't. There are a bunch of them in this leg of the book that I'm like, guys, I need you to fucking try a little. Like, I can't.
And from this point on, Tobias is played by David Cross in my head because he blew himself.
Yeah. Yeah. And
he's doing like as a proud black man myself. Oh no, there's a fire sale. Anyway, Powell won't change the focus of the investigation because he wants to use it for his Senate bid, which is a big leap from police chief to senator. That's a leap and a half.
That is a jump. Yeah, no question.
Yeah, maybe mayor I would have believed, but
sure.
The mayor,
alderman,
something.
Yeah.
But senator, bypassing Congress. All right. Tanner drives to the Indians' new bolt hole after getting checked for weapons. He waits to be let in. And he hears an argument brewing between Jericho and the Indian about chain of command, and the Indian seems to be losing his temper. Also, it seems like Jericho didn't even know about the bomb and that the Indian, not Jericho, is the one who is the more clear and present danger based on the way he's acting. Don't worry. We're going to drop this line of thinking immediately.
Don't you worry.
Don't you worry. It's not a double switch of the Indian actually is the bad guy. No.
No.
Fuck.
That would
be
require exactly. That would be interesting. That would make this a compelling read, and we can't have that. That's not fair.
Have that. Tanner we got 1,000 more pages to go. Tanner accuses the Indian of trying to kill him. And then the Indian is like, what? Me? No. You're my new top guy. Anyway, we wanted to be terrorists. Jericho says that they're meeting with the smaller gangs tonight to sign a peace deal. Tanner and Jericho have a stare down, and then Tanner asks, when do we leave? They meet with the two low-level gang leaders, Bergeron and Vadrine, at a safe house, but during the meeting, a sniper tries to shoot at them, but they're saved by Tanner. They end up in a standoff until Tanner reminds them that he saved them, and they put their weapons down, and then a bunch of goons come in and start beating Bergeron and Vadrine. It was Jericho's plan all along. Jericho is going to waterboard them now, and he tells Tanner he has to wait outside so that the goons can get a show. And while waiting outside the room, Jericho's phone rings. Tanner answers it, and it's Bowman. He said he's figured out who the rat is. It's Julia, and he's going to go find Tobias and kill him. Dun, dun, dun. Bowman was the guy in the car at the end of that one chapter where there's a guy in the car.
Is this around the time where one of them says that the Indian has fully gone off the reservation?
Probably.
That was another moment that I was like, guys, like
come on.
It's already a thing that you try to avoid saying, and then you throw.
I know it's pre-Katrina New Orleans, but let's dial back the racism just a little bit.
Just a little. Oh God.
Because Kanye still hasn't said George Bush doesn't care about black people yet.
Those innocent days, those beautiful halcyon days. I mean,
oh God, Katrina was just a fucked up time. New Orleans gets leveled, and the government just was like, "Well, what can you do?
Whatever." Yeah, whatever. It doesn't.
Whatever.
We tried. You didn't. We kind of did.
We tried nothing, and
we're all out of ideas.
And we're all out of ideas.
That was and the fact that anyone saying that George W. Bush doesn't care about black people would be considered controversial on any level is kind of hilarious if you think about it.
And the fact that all these years later, it's like, oh, it was Kanye. Back when Kanye was, not what he became.
At least when he was using controversy for good.
For good. Mike Myers was not comfortable in that.
It's so bald-faced. Just the look.
For those of you who don't know, it was like a fundraiser, and Kanye was standing next to Mike Myers when he said this.
Yeah. They had a script that they were reading off of, and Mike Myers was reading off the script, and Kanye was not. Yeah.
Chapter 22, Tanner leaves and tells Jericho he's on his way to pump people for information on Quentin. Meanwhile, Tobias's place, he accidentally knocks his phone into some water, considers trying to fix it, but then he decides he's off the clock. He doesn't need his phone. Tanner is trying to call him to warn him while he drives, trying to catch up to Bowman, who he sees several blocks ahead. He tries some tricky driving to catch up, but ends up on someone's lawn and unable to get traction on his wheels. Tobias is walking out of the house when a bullet whizzes past him. He tries to get his gun out before he is shot 5 times. Tanner finally arrives and shoots Bowman 3 times. He checks on how many times were people shot. 1, 2. He checks on Tobias, and he finds out that he had been wearing a bulletproof vest. Tanner then checks on Bowman and confirms to him before he dies that he's a cop. Then he goes back to Toby, who is woozy now because they didn't notice he had been shot through the thigh, and he passes out in the ambulance. Tobias is in a coma now, and the next morning, Bergeron and Vadrine's bodies were recovered in a river near Carlisle. Tanner then goes in and has a heated exchange with Powell about being stonewalled from refocusing his efforts towards Jericho. Hey, remember, Tanner, when you said the Indian was the real threat? No, right. I guess not. Powell's like, I'll take you off.
He forgot as fast as the rest of us.
He forgot as fast as the rest of us. Powell's like, I'll take you off the case. I'll have your badge, blah, blah, blah. And then Tanner goes out into the hallway and has a confrontation with Cochran. Is Cochran by the way, are you waiting for any surprise storylines with Cochrane to emerge? No, this is the last time you'll see him in the entire goddamn book.
Don't you worry about it.
Don't you worry about it.
And this is a 400-page book. It was an effort to erase some of these characters without any.
We have 100 pages left to go. Anyway, Tanner's confrontation with Cochrane's like, I am the copyist cop here. Chapter 23.
Yep.
Tanner cooks up a plan to get Jericho arrested on weapons charges. And he gets him arrested on weapons charges, but not before revealing to Tanner that he's planning on killing Julia. Then later at the police station, Powell lets Jericho go in turn for flipping on the Indian. Tanner is big mad. Chapter 24. Tanner goes to meet Julia to warn her. He tells her that he's an undercover cop and lets her know everything. She eventually explodes on him when she asks to go potty. She's like, I gotta go potty. And he's like, no, you got to do it when we get to the safe house. And she's like, you lied to me. I deserve to go potty. And he's like, all right. And then
it's relatable.
It's relatable. Then she's taking too long to go potty. And he goes in, and Tanner's like, all right, I'm coming in. And he goes into the bathroom and she jumps from behind the door and zaps him with a taser. And then he wakes up later to find a voicemail from her saying that he's a lying liar and that she's disappearing forever. Then he gets another call. Tobias is awake. He tells Tobias everything he knows about the case that's happened in the last 72 hours. Tobias gives him a pep talk because Tanner is he's downtown. He's in Skid Row mentally.
Yeah. We all are, I think. We're all there.
Yeah. Chapter 25. Ghostbeard is at the hideout telling the Indian about a weapon shipment that's coming from Lavanche. And Ghostbeard's getting out of town after doing this, after flipping on Lavanche. They go to where the LLR gun deal is, but the LLR have been tipped off and there's a gunfight. Then the cops show up and the Indian runs away into a building, but he's caught by Julia, who wants to kill him, but then she decides against it, that she's going to call Tanner and put him in real justice jail. But no, she's knocked out by Jericho, who then kills the Indian. And then Tanner talks to Powell about going to save Julia, but Powell's like, no, we got our guy. Who cares about Jericho? And he's like, but what about Julia? And he's like, I'm sure her body will float just like the rest of them. And Powell is just an awful dude. Powell's Tanner's like, I'm going to go get her. And Powell's like, I'll have your badge. And Tanner's like, I'm going. Chapter 26. Tanner is on his way and Julia is trying to escape from her predicament. She is in the basement of the place and she's trying to figure out a way to knock out the guard and she's like, well, there's bleach in here. If I mix the bleach with this bucket of pee, a lot of pee and potty stuff, this bucket of pee, I could create like a mustard gas and knock them out, but that might hurt me too. Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
A lot of reasons. Tanner goes to one place where he thinks that she might be, but finds Quentin. He never made it out of town again. Quentin tells Tanner where Julia is. That's the LLR hideout. Why does Quentin know this? Doesn't matter.
Do you really care at this point, guys? Like, shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Julia manages to electrocute the guards, whose name was Love Money, by pouring pee onto the carpet and then grabbing an exposed wire and jamming it into the carpet where Love Money was standing, and it kills him. Neat.
Cool.
Tanner, Tobias, and a SWAT team. Where did he get the SWAT team? I don't know. They arrive on the scene and they just murder a bunch of dogs.
About that. Was that really a lot of dog abuse in this book? You notice that?
A lot of dog abuse. They just show up and there's no like come out with your hands up. The SWAT team just shows up and starts shooting people. the snipers from the SWAT team like the dogs drop and then some dudes who look after the dogs get shot as well. I'm like, that's not police procedure. I mean, it is, but it's not supposed to be.
but you shouldn't say it out loud like that.
You shouldn't say it out loud. You're doing the quiet part out loud, Tanner. Anyway, Julia thinks about just escaping, but she's like, nah, I'm going to go kill Jericho. Sure. And then she finds Jericho and tries to seduce him into killing him. And we get some like real erotic writing about her tummy and how Ripley it is.
Perfect Ripley tummy. Yeah.
And then Jericho shoots her in the gut. Because he knows that she's just trying to seduce him. Tanner then finds her and she dies, saying it's not his fault. So, okay.
All right. And you actually texted me about this, and it was like, admittedly, this is actually this is a surprising twist. But it doesn't bring us anywhere closer. We just, I think what you said was it just brings us back to the status quo.
Brings us back. It's like an episodic, like how in like episodic television, so there's like TV shows that are working towards an overarching plot, and then there's episodic television, which almost always returns to a status quo at the end of the episode. Sort of like how The Simpsons is a great example. For the most part, things that happen in an episode don't carry over to the next episode. There's an episode, I want to say in a recent season, but it was probably 20 years ago.
A little
where
while
they
back.
get their kitchen remodeled. In the next episode, they have their old kitchen again.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like little stuff like that. Her dying and like basically is just like, oh, we're back to status quo. We don't need to really worry about her in the next game that this is leading into. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. We took care of it. And he's not going to bring it up in the next game, so don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We will never reference this again, and that's fine.
That's fine. Tanner, or chapter 27, Tanner organizes the funeral. Weeks later, Quentin calls him and tells him that Jericho is taking his organization out of town and a convoy is heading over the causeway in an hour. They have a boss fight. The fucking boss fight. Tanner's shot a couple times. Jericho's car blows up. He's seemingly dead, but there's no body. But Tanner knows that Jericho's going to San Francisco. And then epilogue. Tanner's back in San Francisco and he races some kids thinking about Julia or something. Who cares? Is my note.
It's like an epilogue is meant to like kind of tie things up. And it doesn't do any of that. It's just a little detail. Like it's
like for the most part, the momentum of the plot really ended. When Julia, it ended in page 1, but for all intents and purposes,
get started.
Yeah, Julia dies, and then it's like, oh, okay. She doesn't get her revenge, I guess. Yeah. And Tanner doesn't get to make anything up to her for the thing with her brother.
Right. No, there's no real what would you call it? There's no resolution to that. It's just
there's no resolution. It just kind of happens. A lot of dogs are dead.
A lot of dogs are dead. Like a lot. And the dogs that aren't dead are kicked.
Are
thoroughly kicked. Yeah.
Phil, what do you think of this book?
I don't like this book. Why is this book so long? Why was this so long? This doesn't. I wouldn't have really enjoyed the book a hell of a lot.
It's a 400-page book.
Right. I wouldn't have really enjoyed this if it was a 300-page book like most of the stuff we read is. It wouldn't have made it that much better, but it would have been just another one of the, medium ugly books that we have read, where it's just like, oh, that sucked, but whatever. I'm going to forget about it in a week. So who cares? It dragged on, and it was so long, and it didn't earn that length. And therefore, it took it from the kind of medium shitty book that it was to like, I'm actively angry at this book. It's like, why?
Right.
If this is another one of the books that, like, if we didn't have a podcast, I would have tossed this over my shoulder and around.
Yeah, this is a DNF on Goodreads for sure.
Yes, big time, big time.
And I was talking to somebody about, like, I feel like I've learned a fair deal about books just from being forced to finish bad ones.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I think I've because books more often than anything else, like bad movies, bad whatever. I can kind of push through and get to the end, right?
Sure.
But a bad book, I'm usually like, meh. Or even a book that's like seems good, but I'm not totally vibing with it at the time, and like did not finish. You know what I mean? Books are much more easily dropped to me than other things, and this book is a DNF all over it because
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
There is nothing interesting going on in this book.
No.
The characters are tropes, which is fine. I'm not a trope hater, but they're so trope that there's just nothing there. You can just kind of predict every little. You can see several beats ahead, and that's something I didn't enjoy. What would have been interesting is the Indian kills Jericho.
Sure, that would have been something.
Suddenly shit gets really weird. You know what I mean?
If they gave the Indian anything at all to do, I think that would have been interesting, other than be a patsy. And here's the thing. If he exists to be a patsy, fine, but he was in there for way too long. Like, we should have moved on from him pretty quickly after we were introduced to him. It was like, oh, this guy. Okay, yeah, no, we don't need to worry about this guy. And
there was so much signposting that Jericho was really the man in charge from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I think I said it in episode 1. Like, I think Jericho is going to come out like either he is the Indian or he's in charge or something like that. It seems super obvious, and maybe like the intention was to make it super obvious, but I don't know, titillate me a little bit. Give me something to chew on.
Well, that's just it. If we're going to, and there's a reason that it's so much easier for you to drop a book as opposed to a movie. A movie is going to keep you there for at most, give or take, about 3 hours.
Yeah.
At most. And that's a rarity in and of itself. You have to put in, half a day's worth of hours over the course, usually, of several weeks to finish a book. And if you're not being kept by that book, then what the fuck are you even doing there?
Right.
It kind of blows my mind when a book is that mediocre and also that long. I don't know where anyone's head was at in that. It doesn't make any sense.
What are the longest books we've read? I'm trying to remember. There was the one that we did there was one of the, I think it was one of the Halo ones, was like a 4 episode.
That one was a 4 episode one. The Gabriel, almost said
Gabriel Knight was long.
Gabriel Knight one was about 400 and some odd pages.
Yeah. I want to say the BioShock book was pretty long too.
That one, I don't know if it was all the way to 400, but it was on its way. That one was surprisingly long, but that was a great book. Like, we kept.
Yeah, that was a good book. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. BioShock Rapture was 430 pages. So that might be.
Oh shit. Okay. That's even more than I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long boy. It's a long boy.
Well, thanks for noticing.
Thanks for noticing. Yeah, so I don't think I have anything else for Driver Nemesis. The next book we're covering is a bad Warhammer book, if I'm not mistaken.
Apparently, it's a bad one.
Apparently,
but yes, we are starting the Warhammer Dawn of War quadrilogy. I believe it is.
I love a good quadrilogy.
Don't we all? And like all quadrilogies, they only get better as they go along.
Well, that's been our experience. And the only quadrilogy we have read is the Five Nights at Freddy's. No, that was a trilogy.
That was a trilogy.
Oh,
and that one did get better as it went along, though. So there is hope.
There's hope.
It's nice to read anything by the Black Library, but I'm also not anticipating this being one to shake the rafters.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're covering next. But of course, before that, we're going to be doing our contractually obligated Game of the Year episode.
It is contractually obligated.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yes. I always look forward to that.
It's always a fun episode. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of games and years and ofs and thes, what are you playing?
Oh, well, actually, interestingly enough, in anticipation, I re-downloaded the original Dawn of War and started playing that. I say it's in anticipation. I just fucking love that game. And then I remembered that if I threw down a cool 20, I could get the Veterans upgrade for the definitive edition of the game, which came out this year. And for $20, get HD remasters of the first game and every single one of its expansions, which is a shit ton of game. And I haven't played it yet, but it is gorgeous. Especially if you literally a week ago were playing the original heavily polygoned or whenever that game came out version, and you go, oh, it's so smooth and shiny, it's good. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a nice little Christmas break game to get into my boo-boo. I'm still playing Knights of the Old Republic on my Switch and still really enjoying myself. Played through the planet of Manan while me and my wife watched Christmas Vacation last night, and it just sent all the little synapses in my brain to fire, and it was just a lovely little moment. So that's been nice. I also, for my Switch, got, and I played the demo of this earlier this year, but I went ahead and got it for my Switch, Cast and Chill, which is a casual fishing simulator game. And as the name suggests, it's a very chill game. It's got excellent pixel art. It's a very cool, calm game with the nice rotation. You go out there, you catch some fish, you sell the fish, you upgrade your pole and your boat and your bait, and eventually you get to unlock different places with different fish.
That's awesome.
Fish. It's kind of the perfect game for any handheld. That's when you want to be playing this. I think I really enjoyed it when I played the demo on Steam on my computer, on my desktop. Right. But I couldn't help but think, I was like, this is not the kind of game that I'm going to just plunk myself down on my desk and invest hour after hour into this. But on my Switch, though.
On my Switch.
And it's great. It's got all kinds of little quality of life things in it that literally have no bearing on the game whatsoever, except for your just aesthetic enjoyment. You get to pick your buddy. You're going to have a good boy in the boat with you, and there are several breeds and shades of dog. You get to pick your hat. You can, everything from a baseball cap to a straw, fisherman's hat, big floppy hat, which is what I did because I need to protect my neck from the sun. And it's some of the prettiest goddamn backdrops. I got a place unlocked on this river, and I rode down to the end of it, and I think it's called like Beaver Run or something like that, and at the very end there's a goddamn beaver dam, and it's really pretty and charming, and it's just there's a lot of love that went into this, and it's cast and chill. It's what it says on the tin, and I really I have said this several times. This was the year of Phil playing low effort video games, and this is one of the better ones. So highly recommend people at least download the demo and give it a shot. But it was just released on the Switch. If you got one and you want to play it with a handheld or something, I highly recommend it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've been painting. I finished my. I just took some pictures of it. I'll post them later, but I just finished my artillery.
Is this Deathcore Krieg?
Deathcore Krieg.
I watched a video on the Deathcore of Krieg. Because you're telling me about like how how cool they are, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'll check them out. So I watched Arbiter Ian video. On Deathcore of Krieg, and I was like, oh god damn, they are grimdark. It's bleak. They basically, to TLDR, for those who don't know, and stop me if I get anything wrong, but basically it's a planet, the planet is called Krieg, right? That's the which means war in German. Sure. By the way, but that is.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards. It had the planet. It had the name Krieg before the Deathcore was a thing. It was a great planet, and then there was some fucking betrayals and all that. The planet gets virus bombed, and they live underground now. And they never take these rubber masks off, these breathing masks, and to make up for the original sin of the betrayer on their planet. I can't even remember the guy's name. It was the administratum guy. It was like basically the world president. He turned his back on the emperor. Mm-hmm. So to make up for the original sin, everybody who is born on Krieg basically is just born to become a soldier. Yes. And they wear these like full body PPE environment suits with the masks and all that stuff. They go out and they are creepy as fuck to every other Imperium Astra Militarum soldier out there because they just don't talk. They go out there and they die.
Yeah, they don't have names.
They don't have names. But in the it was something weird, something interesting where it's like in the instance where they get field promotions, they have to choose a name. Usually it's like a name of someone from the history or something like that. And it's like often they'll get field promotions up to like sergeant or whatever because they're really good at killing, but they're even better at dying.
Yeah. And that's their goal. Like their whole thing is because you're right, they get a lot of field promotions, and there's not a shit ton of like pride in getting promoted or becoming a veteran or stuff, because all they're thinking to themselves is, God damn it, when will I get to die for the emperor? And they do in droves. I think there's a quote by one of the great Krieg generals who said something along the lines of, your army will asphyxiate between our dead. Beneath our dead. Like, it's like we're gonna die so spectacularly that you're gonna suffocate underneath our corpses.
That's amazing.
It's just about as grimdark as it gets, and it's me painting my thing. I'm going with like as original of it because they're a siege warfare, trench warfare army, and so I'm trying to do that. So I'm like painting up my cannon here, and I can't not hear the 1812 overture when I'm like painting them up, and look, he goes boom, and then I've got my horsemen. And I'm like, baby, look at my horsey guys. And she's like, oh, cute horsey guys. And I'm gonna have a lot of horsey guys. And then I sit down and read one of the books. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, just head to toe bummer.
Just bleak, absolutely
Bummersville.
Bleak. Yeah. So what about you, Kevin? What are you playing?
What am I playing? Let's see. Pulling up my Steam. Okay, I have been playing Hades 2 on the regular as my like nighttime wind down game. I finally beat one of the. I finally got to the end of a run. So Hades 2 is interesting. It actually has two paths. There's one where you can go down and into Hades, and one where you can go up through Olympus. I beat one of the Hades path. I've beaten it a couple times now, but I haven't beaten the Olympus path quite yet. Let's see. I have been playing. So Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I put in a bunch of hours into this game when it first came out, and then I came out. I was like, I'm bored, and I stopped playing it. Mm-hmm. So then GC Vasquez and Sputnik 34, friends of the show, have been like talking about it nonstop, and I was like, fine, I'll give it another shot. It's had a bunch of updates since I last played it, so I'm playing it again. I reinstalled it, and I'm like, okay, I'm having fun, but I was having fun last time because I started back at the beginning, right? I was having fun last time playing through all these areas. Am I going to hit this point where I stop having fun again?
Right.
Ooh, we'll see.
Hasn't happened yet, though.
Hasn't happened yet. But you know, I think that's we'll see. Let's see. I finished Routine. So if you're in the mood for like a 5-hour Alien Isolation-like game, Routine is the way to go. And I picked up a couple games on the Steam sale, including the Seance of Blake Manor, which
that looks good.
Yeah, it looked interesting. Yeah. And the first Berserker Kazan, which is a Dark Souls, a Souls-like game that came out earlier in the year, that I just never got around to playing because it was like $60, and I didn't want to take a flyer on a $60 game. But it was like, all right, well, it's down to 40 now, so I'll try it. Haven't played them yet, but I got them. I played a game called Repo, which is a multiplayer early access game. I played it with my daughter, and it's one of those games like Phasmophobia, but you know, it's kind of more interesting because there's a style to it or what have you. You play as these little dudes who are going into haunted buildings to basically repossess material from the buildings. Like, you're trying to find jewelry, you're trying to find vases, you're trying to find all this stuff. But there's creepy people inside these. There's like monsters and ghosts. And I got shot by a blind man who just like, his walking stick is a shotgun. And if he hears you, he just takes a shot at you. I got shot by him today when I was playing with Camilla. So yeah, it's fun. It's quirky little game. It's according to their versioning, it's still in very, very early access, but it came out in February. And then speaking of early access, I fired up today for about 20 minutes before we got on the call, the Warhammer 40K Dark Heresy alpha,
nice.
So I'm playing, and I was like, how is Owlcat just gonna like crank out? They're making this, and they're also making the massive DLCs for Rogue Trader. Well, I'll tell you. I mean, they're sharing assets between it's clearly
100%.
the same style. You know,
Yeah.
They're not like reinventing the wheel of the game. But Dark Heresy does have a bit of a update to UI. They're trying to make UI improvements. The dialogue is much more akin to like Disco Elysium rather than Fallout. What I mean by that is Fallout 1 and 2, your dialogue was and Rogue Trader dialogue is center screen kind of, and like, you know, you do 1, 2, 3, 4 in a little box there. And in Dark Heresy and in Disco Elysium, it is right aligned. There's like a strip of paper down the right side of the screen with like little character headshots. So it's kind of cool that they're trying to change the style a little bit, but visually it looks very similar. The way the alpha works is you are basically given 2 scenarios that you can play through. It's not like the full, you know, you can do the character creator and start at the beginning and all that stuff. It's just like
pieces of it.
They're giving you, here is a piece of the game that is marginally finished. Go play around with that and report the bugs back.
Yeah. That's not how it goes.
Yeah. So, because the game, I guess, is supposed to release towards the end of next year, I imagine. If there's
I can only imagine. It would have to be, right? Like...
Yeah, right now it just says coming soon. So, right. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine once it gets into beta, it's probably going to be more akin to the beta version that we get to play will be a little bit more fleshed out than what the alpha is right now. But yeah, so Dark Heresy, you play as an Inquisitor. And basically as an Inquisitor, you're just like, hey, fuck you guys. I'm an Inquisitor. I can do whatever the hell I want. You're basically, I would say Rogue Traders and Inquisitors are both the epitome of the Ron Swanson scene from Parks and Recreation, where he says something, he has like a little piece of paper that says, I can do whatever I want.
Right. I mean, that really is, I mean, they're both pretty similar in that sense. You've got a big amount of leeway in terms of what you can and can't do. But I remember when the TTRPGs that these were based on came out, and Dark Heresy was the first one, and the thing that everyone agreed on was that's fucking brutal. Like, yeah, you're being backed by an Inquisitor, but no one gives a shit half the time. You know, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's funny because in the alpha, the one scenario, you've been locked into this area, and they're like, oh, we can't let you pass until so and so says it's okay to pass, and you're like, but I'm an Inquisitor. And they're like, yeah, well, tell so and so that.
Not my problem.
And then you talk to another guy who's like, oh, you're an Inquisitor. And you're like, yeah, here's my badge. And they're like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Big gulps, huh? Catch you later.
Yeah. Far out. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is what I have been playing.
Nice.
For stuff, for things. Yeah. So that'll be it. Next episode, Game of the Year, and then it'll be 2026. Holy shit, it'll be 2026, guys. And you know what happens in 2026? The show turns 5.
Yeah.
We are actively looking for conventions that would like to have us. So if you know of any, reach out to me or Phil, and that would be awesome.
Please. Yeah.
In the meantime, in between times, Good night.
Bye.